when it can't nobody hold it. Can't nobody.
The way that caught my attention early this morning, I forget what social media I was on, Instagram or Facebook, one of them. I seen this, probably was Facebook, and I seen this article about a local up and coming Philadelphia rapper, man. The story kind of touched me because he was about to do a video shoot or Instagram video when he was shot, and 5 other people were also injured. And I went to immediately go look through his IG because I really didn't know who he was, and I seen that he was with O'Malley, Meek's cousin. So he was making his way up in the game. Here's a little news clip from NBC Philadelphia. Then we'll talk a little bit about this. And man, 21-year-old as well.
Okay. Tonight, police are urging witnesses to come forward to help them find the shooters who killed an up-and-coming rapper in Southwest Philadelphia. 21-year-old Ezra Way went by the rap name Bankroll Gambino. Detectives say he was targeted twice yesterday. Police say someone shot at his car around 4 a.m. Then hours later, 2 gunmen killed Bankroll and hurt 5 others during a social media video shoot on Carroll Street. The rapper recorded a music video the day before his death.
Yeah, you have that there, Sandman. Young man, 21 years old, being shot right there, about to do a little Instagram video, man. What's your thoughts on yet another young man being killed and 5 other people injured in Philly?
Cliche, but it's sad. Obviously, it's sad. It being real close to home, and obviously this continuing and just being a trend, especially in the Philadelphia area, as well as out and throughout the world, obviously. Mm-hmm. But Philly is different, man. And we've seen that and experienced that our whole lives. And this is the kind of shit and this is why a Meek Mill is such a success story, because he wasn't supposed to get out either. And the likelihood of a lot of our brothers, young brothers that live in that environment and try to make it out, it's just trouble always seems to find them. And one time or another, they run into a situation where it could be life or death. And the coin is sometimes flipped on the side of them continuing to grow and have life. And sometimes the coin is flipped to them, obviously sitting in the box with their family mourning. And it's just the harsh reality of some in these inner cities and worlds. And Philadelphia is one of those that, I mean, they take them often. What was it, 2017 or 18? Philly was the number one. Before Chicago, it's been a few times. Philly ain't no joke, man.
In the last 20 years, I mean, a lot of cities have been exchanging that title. You know what I'm saying? But it's just, you know, not even an American problem. It's just something that has been long, not real long, but a good maybe 50, 60 years in America with the ghettos and stuff and the conditions of the community. Unfortunately, people make a lot of bad decisions. And I think that is, you know, a lot of it goes back to economics and people, you know, not having the lack of and having to, you know, sell different things. And, you know, in that, the people beating people, robbing people, all types of different things. So you don't really hear about people fighting no more. People said, like, nah, people's picking up guns, especially these younger cats. You don't just see it no more in no cities. You talk about Chicago, Philly, anywhere around. You rarely see people just shooting a fair one anymore. So, you know, condolences, man. I mean, we this is nothing new. We've been talking about this. We see this even in Jersey, you know, where we're located at. You know, you can always find in suburbs, but mainly in the spots where people, they call it cities, and they're on top of each other, and there's drugs and it's a lot of crime. You see bodies dropping often, and people even said, I mean, at one time in Philly, if you were looking for like the things for the people that get buried or whatever, they said it was not enough. They all sold out.
Oh, the markers.
For the board, the markers and stuff. So many people at certain times, especially in the summer, we see that are just getting killed in the streets. And obviously didn't know a lot about him. It caught my attention on Facebook, but he was up and coming. We never know where he could have went, you know. But you know, again, big cities, you have these type of things. So once again, all I can say is condolences, man, to the people that knew that man.
Yeah, I mean, when you deal with these situations where there's no jobs, no opportunity, these kids are out here trying to survive and feed their family, stomachs growling, shit's real, you know. And it's been like this for a long time. And you see your gems and them diamond in the rough that make their way out, make their way out. But then it's just the harsh reality. A lot of people like to blame that sometimes, oh God, on a lot of different circumstances. One is politics. And we've seen, especially nowadays, we're not a podcast that really dives into it because genuinely we don't give a fuck about it. In either side what's going on at all. It doesn't matter. It doesn't stop us from doing what we do. But it's popular and we see it, right? Mm-hmm. So, Cardi B was on there doing her thing with Bernie Sanders. You see Charlamagne talking about it a lot, DL talking about it a lot, people on Trump, blah, blah, blah. Lil Duval said something in connection to kind of what we were just talking about with the inner cities and black on black crime. And now we see police brutality and things like this. I want to see what your thoughts are on this. Whenever Trump says something wild, that's when it's time to pay attention to other shit going on, because he's trying to distract you by pissing you off. And nobody is easier to piss off than us. Then the caption below was even better. He said, I really want to tell y'all the truth and say it's too late. We fucked. But niggas don't want to hear that shit. So keep fighting. He put the fist up.
Yeah.
Now we see, you see the ongoing violence in these urban and just inner city neighborhoods. I don't want to say urban, that's a fucked up word, but just the inner city neighborhoods and things like that. And you see people complaining, and then we see a rise of entrepreneurship and things like that as well. What do you think about a statement like that from Lil Duval?
I just think that, first of all, it's definitely not over. We have came through, us particular, blacks, African Americans, whatever you want to call people of color in America. We have came through the worst atrocities, to even be where we're at now, is pretty much a miracle and a blessing to see, how we came through, all the different hells that we came through, just particularly in this country, all over the world, but particularly we're talking about America. So it has to start, though. Like you speak about entrepreneurship. I think that's one of the keys. Again, don't have all the answers, never claim to have all of them, but I just know that when we see a lot of, us getting locked up for nonviolent drug offenses, these guys are out there. They're not necessarily doing it to poison the community or try to kill anybody. It's a means to make money. And that economy, the underground economy of the black market of drugs, just pays more than the economy that they put out there, which is for the younger kids, McDonald's, your Burger Kings, your little dumbass minimum wage job that you can't make. You can't make a living with that, and you got to deal with a whole bunch of bullshit. Matter of fact, a young cat that I knew, God rest his soul, he was like, man, I tried to do these, jobs, but he said straight up, man, like I dealt with racism in there, straight up and down, a young kid. So it's just like, you go to the street. But what am I saying? I'm saying that these are young entrepreneurs. They just got picked up the wrong product. If they can somehow find a way in the inner cities and in the suburbs, young, black men, people of color, whatever you want to call us, can find a way to hone those skills and make it a legit hustle, then we could begin to see different, because we don't have to rely on the economy. We ain't got to rely on the politics. We make our own. We creating things. This guy, he might be good. Cleaning cars. He started his detail business. This guy, landscaping. He starts a landscaping business. You start small. This guy cuts hair, so he opens up his own barbershop. This is how it works. And then we all, build a sense of community and begin to commune with each other and keep the dollar in the community. It sounds complex. It's really not. A lot of people really do this, on if that's how you're going to do it, though. So it starts with, though, more immediately, families, you teaching your son, I teach my son, and then passing it down, as opposed to vice versa, what we got going on. And but yeah, I don't want to go too long on that, but that's how I kind of feel about that one, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't say we were fucked as a people, just to keep it short on my thought real quick. I just say maybe generations as a whole may be fucked in the sense of their minds and the way of thinking. But like you said, if we plant the seeds and then we teach it and nurture it and teach it how to grow the right way, then they'll pass it down and pass it down. That's all they'll know. I pride myself in saying to myself, my kids will never understand the concept of filling out a job application. They won't know. They'll be entrepreneurs. They're going to bust their ass and work hard and understand what the importance is of making your own money. But they'll never have to go out there and put a value on themselves that is far below what they really can bring to the table and bring to themselves. So we're constantly preaching do for self. We're on here figuring out how to do it day by day so that we can pass it down the right way, so that we can learn the right ways, because school sucks. I've been thinking about this for a while. School fucking sucks. I'm ready to get my daughter into school. She's about to get into pre-K. My son's going into 6th grade. And it's like, damn, I can't lie to him, especially my son now, just looking at my every fucking move at 11 years old. I'm like, nah, listen, School's bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
It is. I'm not going to sit back and preach to you what was preached to me, because my parents, God bless their souls, thought it was important to get a good education, go to college, get the degree, find a profession after that, and be successful. That's what they couldn't do. So they achieved and wanted that for us. And then I realized slowly and real ruthlessly, we both did it. That's some bullshit. And this is the way to go. So this is how we got to teach our kids. So it starts with us at the end of the day. And we just got to teach the right values, and we got to practice them before we can teach them. And that's why I think maybe some of our generations fuck, but we still got a lot of good people that could pass it down and really change it for us.
Yeah, and that's definitely you know, a great point. I want to segue into this story right here, but by the way, before I do that, I want to let everybody know that you're actually tuned in right now to the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast with your brother Old God and Sam Mant, sitting across the table from me. If you're listening to this on YouTube, if you didn't already do it, hit the notification bell on the channel and make sure that you like and share this video, please. I'm going to talk about Jermaine Dupri because this happened a while ago, but we never got a chance to cover this topic. And Jermaine Dupri was doing an interview, and he opened up about this crop of female rappers presently in 2019. And here's what he said.